winning is not everything if you're sacrificing kids' development to do so.
We're going to talk now about the culture of development versus winning. And the reason that this has been brought up is because, and Jeff, you can kind of explain the rationale if I'm missing anything, but there is a real disconnect right now in the developmental system in the United States. And we talked about that last episode when we compared and contrasted the American developmental system with the European system, how much more exclusive it is in Europe and how it's more club team related. But now what we're seeing is a lot of people at younger ages here, because it's such a money driven and attention driven culture, going younger and younger with the emphasis on winning rather than development. And so, Jeff, why don't you kind of take it away in terms of like your thoughts and what you've seen? Because I think your perspective as someone who covers basketball as a whole is really important.
I think that you don't need to have so much emphasis on winning basketball games at events that really don't matter in the bigger scheme of things. Really, just focus more on development. And I think you see at younger age groups, especially, this is more prominent, and you just have more coaches with a desire to win, and they'll do anything to win at all costs, which is great. And you need to teach these kids winning habits and how to win and all these things. But winning is not everything if you're sacrificing kids' development to do so. I think one of the things we've talked about previously about this is, you see these teams, a lot of travel teams especially, will take, football player like kids, knowing that they're not going to play basketball long term, and then they would rather have a kid like that who's able to dominate the paint, even though he's inevitably just going to go play football 2 years later,
Right.
as opposed to develop a kid who's actually going to be a long-term basketball prospect.